card, and this is the card I'm going to do. And it's kind of, I'm mainly taking the idea about putting the little tag there or the banner with one element and then some background paper to resemble the paper that they have, the design paper in the back. And I got this from the member gallery of Two Peas in a Bucket, and it's one of their card making gallery, and it's designed by Simone. So that's the one I'm going to make. So one of the things I'm going to use is I got this new stamp by Sizzix and Hero Arts, and it's the one with the bicycle. So I'm going to use that, and I'm going to die cut it. It comes with it's a set of stamps with the die cuts, and I'm going to go ahead and cut that out, and I'm going to stamp it. And I'm going to use this paper is from Stampin' Up. So I'm going to use this paper, I'm going to distress it, and I'm going to sew around the edges. I'm going to Glimmer Mist my little banner, and I'm going to stamp thank you on here. And I already have my card. This card is, it measures 5.5 by 4 1/4. So it's actually 8.5. You fold it in half, and it's It's an 8.5 by 11. So that's what I'm gonna do. So let me go ahead and first I'm gonna Glimmer Mist my my tag, and I'm gonna use my blue color. And actually, I'm gonna spritz it first to get a little wet. Okay, and now I'm gonna go ahead and put some of my blue color. Okay, and now I'm gonna go ahead and get my heat gun and heat it up. Okay, so I Glimmer Mist it. Now I'm ready to go ahead and stamp my thank you saying onto my banner. Make sure I kind of get that really inked, so I want it nice and dark. And I'm going to put it right there. Okay, and it says thank you. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and stamp my bicycle, and I'm going to use some of the same cardstock that I used to make my card, and I'm using my distressing ink. Make sure I ink it very well, and I'm going to go ahead stamp my card. Stamp my bicycle. Okay. Okay, I like that. It came out pretty good. I actually inked my stamp, put some more ink on it, and that's why it's a little darker now. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is I'm going to cut this out. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this here. I'm going to make sure I lined everything up perfectly.
Yeah, all right, guess.
So
listen. Go back to your base.
And
no, I'm not. I swear. Okay, just do it.
Here. And then I'm going to tape it down. Okay. Okay, I'm going to bring my Cuttlebug out. And then I'm going to get my B plate, my A plate, and my C plate. So here's my A plate. I'm going to place my die cut here, and I'm going to place it face down. I don't really want to cut my C plate. So I'm going to place it down. And then I'm going to put an extra piece of cardstock for shimmy. And actually, let me put that in here. And then I'm going to feed it through, and hopefully, sometimes you got to work with the shimmy to make sure it cuts. But it looks like one thin piece of cardstock with a B plate and a C plate is probably going to do the trick. And it did. So now I'm going to poke my bicycle out. And there I have it. There's my bicycle. Okay. And make sure you put, if you're gonna use, if you use thin dies like those, you want to put tape, especially if it's something like you want to make sure that you cut it exactly and not cut off some of the stamp areas. You really need tape in order for it not to move. Okay, I'm going to bring my card in. And let's see how it looks. Starting to look. Okay. Starting to look good. I think what I want to do is I want to really put a little more distressing ink onto my base. So I'm going to take some paper so I can protect my cutting surface. Take my ink. And I'm going to go ahead and start inking around the edges. Going to kink around the edges. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put some more ink on this paper. Okay. And let me see how it looks. And I think I need, let's see, I'm going to go ahead and ink the edges on this with some black ink because it needs something. So let me go ahead, ink the edges. And I think I might want to ink a little bit of the edges on also on my tag. So I want to give the card a little distressing look. So I'm going to go ahead and use my distresser, my edge distresser, and go ahead and distress my card. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start gluing some of these elements down. Okay, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a pen mark around it. Okay, so what I did is I took a marker, a brown marker, and I just did fold stitching around the edges. And I also did some fold stitching on my tag. I'm going to use some foam tape to pop up my my embellishment. And make sure you put a good amount so that of this foam tape, so that way it'll stay nice and puffed. Sometimes if you only put foam tape on each side, then when you mail it through the mail or with the use of the card, people handling it, the middle part kind of sinks in. So you want to make sure you put a good amount of tape on all the edges that really needs tape. Okay. And that's why I like to use the ones that I can cut myself, because then I can kind of cut any size that I want for my embellishment. Okay. Well, it looks like it's gonna look okay. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start gluing, put some glue, some liquid glue on my tag. Okay. And then I'm gonna peel off the adhesive. On my bicycle. And then I'm gonna put it on here. And I think I'm done with my card. So it's a simple card. I'm not very good at making cards, so I'm trying to kind of get more comfortable with making these cards. So there you have it. So it's a simple card with the new Sizzix die and Hero Art stamp set. And come back to see me for some more. Thank you for watching. Bye.